wanted to make a video today about something that, again, funnily enough, I get asked about loads. I get asked a lot about how to deal with stress, and it could be different types of stress. So dealing with family stress, or dealing with exam stress and general like school stress and university stress and relationship stress, and just all kinds of different stress. I wanted to just basically make a list of the things that I do when I'm stressed, and the things that really help, and the things that rationalize the stress, so you kind of realize it's not actually as bad as you think it is. So the first thing I will do when I'm really stressed, I've written a list, so I'm really sorry if I keep looking down, but it's the only way of doing it so I don't forget stuff. First thing I always do when I'm stressed, and I can think of like a perfect example of when I've used this in many occasions, and recently I had to do some extra kind of qualification exams where I work, and I hadn't studied for 8 years and was really apprehensive about having to do these exams. They were clinical exams, I was being assessed, I was being watched, and I was being asked loads of questions. So I was a little bit nervous. I had to go away and revise, and then I had to do this practical exam as well. So I had to do an online test, which I'm never worried about if it's online. And then I had to do this practical assessment as well. All I kept thinking to get me through it is, what is the worst thing that is going to happen if I fail? And honestly, the worst thing that would happen if I fail is nothing. My colleagues would know that I would failed, and I'd be a little bit embarrassed for like 2 hours, and that's basically it. So I wouldn't lose my job, I wouldn't lose my store, I wouldn't lose my home, I wouldn't starve. Like, the worst thing that would happen is my colleagues at work would be like, oh my god, you idiot, you failed, and I'd have to resit the exam. So really not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. The next thing I do when I'm stressed, so especially when I was preparing for these exams and stuff, is taking nice hot baths just before I went to bed. If I was revising just before I went to bed, I would get really stressed, and I'd have this big neck issue in the morning, and I wouldn't be able to move my neck, and I'd get really stressed about it. I'd be thinking the whole night. So hot baths generally really calm me down and really work, and I just love like a hot bubbly bath to the point where I get so hot that I have to get out. The next thing to do is to concentrate on all the great stuff in your life, just to make yourself feel better for that moment. So if you are so stressed that you just think the world is crumbling down on you, and you think everything bad in the world is happening to you at that time, think about, or even make a list of all the great stuff in your life. So it could be your friends, your family, your work people, I don't know, anything great in your life, you're going on holiday, anything that makes you feel slightly better, because usually the stress will be like a temporary thing. Spend time with your friends. Oh my god, like every time I got stressed revising, every time something stressful happened in my life, something bad happened, relationship fell through, everything was just like a shambles in my life, calling your best friend is like the best thing in the world, like, for you to do. So call your friend, tell your friend that you're feeling a bit shit, and just expect your friend to cheer you up and take you out for ice cream. And if they know you really well, they're going to know what works for you, and they're going to know what makes you feel a whole lot better. So call your friends, spend time with your friends, and just don't think about the stress in your life at that point. The next thing that works for me is chocolate. So any kind of chocolate. Chocolate mousse, chocolate ice cream, chocolate bar, chocolate cake, anything basically, chocolate biscuits, anything containing chocolate. There is something in there that releases some sort of hormone that makes you feel really good when you eat chocolate. So, and apparently it's the same thing that gets released when you laugh as well. So basically, watching like stand-up comedy or eating chocolate, or a combination of both, yeah, just do that. It will make you feel great for like half an hour. And when you look back on hindsight, so if it is an exam that you're doing and it's really stressful, when you look back on it, you'll realise that you were stressed for no reason. So think about it is, I'm only going to be stressed now, and then in 2 weeks time when it's done, I'm going to be absolutely fine. And use that to keep you going, and concentrate on the next thing that's coming in your life. Concentrate on the summer holidays, concentrate on this, concentrate on that. Just concentrate on good stuff that is basically going to be the end result of whatever you're doing. I keep thinking exam because that's the most questions I get, is like stress around exam time. So think about when you finish that exam and you walk out, and that feeling that you're going to get, that will kind of keep you motivated to do what you need to do. The other thing, that if you don't get help when you're stressed, you need to get help. If you're stressed about something temporary, and it might be, like I said, a family member not being well, it could be that you are really upset about a relationship, talk to people about it and get help. So it could be that you're studying and you're really stuck, and then you get overstressed about a module that you don't understand. Get help, because like I said, it will put things into perspective for you. If, like I said, you're taking care of a family member that's really unwell, call somebody to help you. That's what friends and family are there for, and if they care about you, they're going to help you. And yes, get help, revise with people, talk to people, and share your problems, because they never seem that bad when you tell other people what they are. And also just take one step at a time. So if it's something, like I said, I'm finding it really difficult to kind of pinpoint a particular type of stress, but I keep bringing it back to exams because so many of you are kind of at the age where you're studying. So take it one step at a time, revise one module at a time, take it a week at a time, leave yourself plenty of time to revise for these things, and yeah, take your stress one day at a time. Do little things, take it in chunks, and just get help, talk to people about it. Nice hot bath, chocolate, looking back in hindsight, and just knowing that stress is a normal part of life. Like, we all have stress, whether it's the stupid things like me studying for this exam and I haven't revised for 8 years and it really stressed me out and I lost sleep over it, and then I kind of look back on it and I wish I hadn't got so stressed, and I wish I hadn't lost sleep, and I wish I hadn't come out with acne because I was so stressed about this exam and not sleeping and not eating, snapping at my boyfriend, snapping at my family because I was so stressed. And then you look back on it and you think, oh my god, like, I really don't need to stress about it. So relate it to the grand scheme of things in the world, and generally if you're not going to die or starve or lose your home, like, you're absolutely fine, you can get by, it's not a big deal. So I hope this put things into perspective. This is how you deal with stress. Everybody goes through stress, and get help is the biggest thing, and put it into perspective, because it's never as bad as you think it is. Especially when you're telling somebody that you know something that you're really stressed about, and they kind of look at you like, why are you getting stressed about it? Yes, why are you getting stressed about it? So that is my video. I really hope it helps some people. If you have any questions or helpful advice, then please comment below. And if you like videos like this, then please thumbs up and subscribe, because it generally gives me a much better idea of what you guys want to watch and what kind of videos you like. Thank you very much. Love you guys so much, and see you in the next video.